Network access, security are so critical to the Army's efforts to field a truly connected fighting force, and making those networks secure is obviously a top priority. In this panel, we'll be discussing the role networks play, spectrum superiority, and access in contested or denied environments. First question, General, I'll throw to you. Stated simply, how does C4 dominance fit into overall military strategy today? And what does that look like, or how does that play out on the field?
In my judgment, the nation or the actor that does the best job at embracing the power that digital technologies are giving the world of C4ISR, command, control, communications, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, they will emerge triumphant in future wars. All the actors or nations that do not, they will be the defeated nations. They will be the defeated actors. This new era of digital transformation that we are still hurtling through will define who are the winners and who are the losers for the foreseeable future. Finally, it begs the question, not just for the United States, but for the United States and all of its partners and allies around the world. While we may, in many cases, be wealthier or more advanced or more productive than some of our adversaries are we willing to go as fast and accept the risks necessary for embracing new technologies that are emerging at an ever-accelerating rate? Because our adversaries and our competitors certainly are.
My simplistic Air Force brain, when you talk C4ISR, really works in the OODA loop, right? I mean, if you really think about it, the observe, orient, decide, act. If you really think about the ISR piece, it's really about observing and orienting yourself. And the C4 piece is about deciding and making actions, right? And the whole goal is to really get inside your adversary's OODA loop. And what you've seen with technologies is they change. And I think what you really see, I mean, a commercial world is a really good example of command and control and kind of orienting yourself. Is if you looked 15 years ago, if you had a credit card and it got stolen by somebody, you might not be able to see the fraud on it for a month because nobody notified you. Now, you go shop somewhere you've never shopped before, and they notify you instantaneously of what's happening. So when you look at our ISR systems, and this is where I think it kind of gets interesting to General Nagata's point, is we have a gazillion ISR systems, but none of them are really connected together. You know, each service is kind of independent. We have defense agencies that do the same thing. If you really want to pull all this together and you want to get inside your adversary's OODA loop, you need to tie them all together.
Would you like to add anything to that, sir? That balance of kind of speed and quality, or is it a trade-off to a degree?
It is a trade-off, but it's a trade-off that we need to approach with a view towards being risk tolerant. Unfortunately, in large governments, in wealthy governments, the larger they become, the more wealthy they become, the more reluctant to take risks they become because there's more to protect. And that's logical, it's understandable, it's human. But in the domain we're talking about, where the proliferation of new technologies and increasingly powerful technologies is accelerating. It's not a linear change. It's an exponential change. Any actor who is unwilling to take significant risk in embracing those technologies, recognizing some of them will fail, some of them will be disappointing, some of them may backfire. But aversion to risk is poison to the objective of embracing the future. And unfortunately, large governments tend to be bureaucratic. One thing I learned in my long military career, the one thing all big bureaucracies hate is taking a risk.